I should say early evening WIAA Division I sectional final between Superior and Neenah. One step away from the Kohl Center. Everything on the line for both these teams. And we are proud to bring you another USA Today Network Wisconsin digital live stream. I'm Ricardo Arguello, hanging out as always with Brett Christopherson and bringing you those high-definition shots. Jim Rosandick, we are the live stream team. And, Brett, we're in here for a good one. The defending state champs, a team from, well, nowhere near here, more like by the moon. But, hey, state aspirations for both teams. What, you got two halves basically separating you from the Kohl Center. This is going to be a good one, we feel.
Absolutely. Looking forward to this one for sure. And, yeah, kind of a crazy bracket on this side as well, right? I'm not sure this was the sectional final matchup that everybody was anticipating when the brackets came up, but credit Superior and credit Neenah taking care of the opponents that are in front of them. Superior, Ricardo, back-to-back wins over Fox Valley Association schools,
that is
right?
True.
So something to think about as we get ready for this one, but a chance for the Rockets to punch their second straight state tournament berth as well. We're going to have some pretty good players. Obviously, we know all about Neenah, Cal Klesmet, Brady Corso, Jackson Sloman, Elliott Swanson, Luke Young playing good minutes, and a cast of others. Keep your eye on number 5, though, for Superior. Trayshawn Saniger had 25 points. I think 25 of the 45 points in Superior's overtime win over Appleton North on Thursday. So good-looking player for the Spartans as well. Spartans a program on the rise under second-year coach Corey Dietrich. So this could be an interesting ball game. We'll see how it all turns out. And 3 of the 4 teams are already in the Division I field. We'll talk about that in a little while as well. So Division I waiting for this final game to see how the state tournament brackets are going to look next week in Madison.
Exciting time, and we're expecting a good one here again at Wisconsin Rapids Lincoln. Nice drive up here, Brett. Hopefully we'll have a nice drive back as well. Some snow on the way.
That's a 4-letter word.
Yes. Hey, let's get to know some of these teams, or both of these teams, I should say. I'll start off with some Neenah notes, and Brett will follow with Superior. Again, these notes put together by Brett every week, as this is our final live stream of the winter season and the year, right, Brett?
It is.
Wow.
Went by fast.
Yes, it did. I'll start with Neenah. Neenah coming in 17-10 overall, defending state champion, winners of 3 straight, 4 of their last 5. They're coming off a 69-56 victory over Hudson on Thursday in a WIAA Division I sectional semifinal at Stevens Point, a game that both you and Rosie streamed, Brett.
Indeed, we were there.
Yeah, Cal Klesmet, Brady Corso, great backcourt, finished with 18 points apiece to lead a Neenah offense that saw 4 players score in double figures. Klesmet was 5 of 11 overall, nearly registered a triple-double as he added 10 rebounds and 8 assists. Corso, also efficient from the floor, 6 of 8, was 5 of 6 from three-point range, and he also grabbed 5 rebounds. Jackson Sloman, Elliott Swanson each scored 12 points. Sloman was 5 of 8 overall and tallied 3 rebounds and 2 assists, while Swanson knocked down a pair of threes and was credited with a pair of rebounds. Overall, Neenah shot 58%, was 8 of 16 from beyond the arc, and the Rockets also assisted on 15 of their 23 total field goals. Now on the season, Klesmet, Rockets top scorer at an even 19 points a game, shooting 46% overall, 37% from beyond the arc, and 78% from the free throw line. Corso next, 16.1 points a game, shooting 52% overall, 43% from the three-point land. 63 triples, that's a team high. Klesmet is next with 49 triples. By the way, Corso also shooting 79% from the line. Now, Sloman, Swanson, and Coulthard, did I say that right?
Coulthard, hard T on that.
Coulthard.
There you go.
Are averaging 8 points, 7.3 points, and 7.2 points per game, respectively. Now, Klesmet is the leading rebounder at 6 a game. Sloman next, 4.7 rebounds. Klesmet and Swanson are averaging 4.1 and 3 assists per game to pave the way in that category. Now, as a team, Neenah shooting 50% overall, 38% from three-point range, and 74% from the free throw line. Their opponents, well, they're shooting 50% overall, 39% from three-point range, and Neenah is also out-rebounding its opponents 23.3 to 20.6. They're also averaging 6.6 steals. For the year, Neenah averaging 67.3 points a game and allowing 62. Now, if Neenah wins, they'll advance to next week's WIAA State Tournament at the Kohl Center in Madison. The Division I semifinals will be played Friday beginning at 6:35 p.m. The D1 State Championship game scheduled for tip-off next Saturday night. Brett, what can you tell me about Superior?
Yeah, Ricardo, Superior 15-11 on the season. I think you mentioned Neenah 17-10,
yes.
right? Overall, yeah. The Spartans 15-11, the 8th seeded Spartans, winners of 3 straight 4 of their last 5. They're coming off a 45-42 overtime victory over Appleton North on Thursday. That was a WIAA Division I sectional semifinal at DC Everest High School up in Schofield. Now, we don't have a lot of stats to report on for Superior, but we can tell you, and I mentioned it before, that Trayshawn Saniger, he is a 6'1 junior guard. He led all scorers with 25 points. Devin Ford added 9 points, while Danon Lull was credited with 5 points. And then Carter Lambert and Calvin Anderson chipped in with 3 points apiece. Now, some details, Ricardo, about that game. Kind of an intense finish. Appleton North attempted to wind down the clock for a final shot with, to my understanding, with a little over 4 minutes remaining and the game tied at 40 apiece. The Lightning's Trent Mullen then drove the lane but missed what was reported or described as a left-handed scoop shot, scoop-de-loo as you like to say. The Spartans got the rebound and then called timeout, and then they attempted a three-quarters court shot but missed at the buzzer as the game went into overtime. Then with 4 seconds remaining in overtime, Appleton North was trailing 43-42. The Lightning's Will Sweeney put up a three-point attempt that hit the front of the rim. Saniger rebounded, was fouled, knocked down both of his free throws to secure the victory. So Sweeney, by the way, he paced Appleton North in scoring with 15 points, all coming from three-point range, where he hit 5 triples. And then Nathan Ramos, he added 12 points for the Spartans. We don't have season stats available for the Spartans. They're not updated on the WISports.net website. I did reach out to the head coach, but I'm sure he was busy trying to, it's a quick turnaround at this time of year, so no big deal there. But I can tell you that Saniger was the team's top scorer through 15 games, right, at 18.3 points per game. And then it had Anderson and Lull also averaging in double figures. I can tell you, looking at the scoreboard, Superior is averaging 54.2 points per game and allowing 56. Thank you to Wisconsin Rapids Athletic Director Chris Feit and the IT staff here at Rapids Lincoln High School. We appreciate their hospitality and rolling out the red carpet for us, Ricardo. It's great to have you back. We missed you the last couple streams. You've been busy. We haven't streamed a game together since we did the Notre Dame Fox Valley Lutheran girls sectional semifinal last Thursday. It's been me and Rosie by ourselves the last 2 games, but I made a trip to my hometown, Stevens Point, on Thursday. This is Rosie's hometown, Wisconsin Rapids, so we're kind of our old stomping grounds here in central Wisconsin, so it's fun to make the trip over. And let's hope that the roads are much cleaner on the ride back tonight than they were on Thursday night. It was getting a little, not treacherous, but no fun.
Now, Rosie, is it true you can fit Assumption in this gymnasium?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Rosie, an Assumption graduate. It was nice of Rosie. He got a chance to visit his mother before the game, too. He came a little bit early. His mom's just right down the road from Lincoln High School. So, as I mentioned, 3 of the 4 Division I teams already set and secured. De Pere beating Marquette 57-29. How about the Redbirds?
Wow.
Arrowhead taking down Hamilton 93-72, and Kettle Moraine beating Franklin 63-53. Ricardo, I'm going to go out on a limb and say De Pere's going to get the top seed.
Yeah, Brett, Chris, what was your Nostradamus thing?
Nostra Christopherson?
Yes.
Was that? I can't even remember anymore.
But definitely not going out on a limb there. They are fabulous, a fabulous team.
You said it. The only team that's probably going to beat them is themselves.
Absolutely.
But we'll see. Anything can happen. They're high school kids. Horn about to sound. We're going to have the national anthem first, then we'll get the starting 5s for both teams, have the tip, and we'll be underway here at Wisconsin Rapids Lincoln High School. interesting hanging out here at Lincoln High School, looking across from me. There are a lot of state championship wrestling banners overhead.
You lose
I mean, it's
count
never
here.
ending.
Definitely
It's like
one of the legacy programs in the state.
kind of pre-Kakana. Right now, Kakana's got all those state titles.
Now we got the starting lineups being announced for Neenah. And the starting lineups: Jackson Schloman, 6'2" senior; Sam Coulthard, 6'2" senior; Cal Klesmet, 6'2" senior guard; Brady Corso, 6'1" junior guard; and Elliott Swanson, a 6' senior guard. Guard heavy team, Brett.
Yeah, absolutely. And
As we get ready for Superior.
some very good guards at that.
And for Superior, Danon Lull, 6'5" senior forward; Trayshawn Sanagar, did I say that right? And 6'1" guard; Carter Lambert, 6'1" guard; Calvin Anderson, 6'5" freshman, Brett, freshman forward. And rounding out that starting lineup, another freshman, 6'2", Drew Eisel.
Ricardo, thanks to our playoff sponsor, Unison Credit Union. Unison proudly provides the people and businesses of Northeast Wisconsin with exceptional banking services and trusted financial guidance delivered by friendly experts. Personal checking and personal savings, investments, loans, business checking and business savings. Unison Credit Union, empowering you.
We got Torque Mason here
I
as
see
well.
that, yeah.
That's
So
good to see him here.
Central Wisconsin colleague. Look for a photo gallery later today on postcrescent.com. Superior in the home white uniforms controlling the tip. There's Saniger. Looking forward to watching him play. We are underway, Ricardo. Sectional championship game. And right away, Schloman getting his hands in there, causing that turnover. Good start defensively for the Rockets. Corso was hot on Thursday night and nails it, picking up right where he left off, Ricardo. He was the one who really jump-started that offense against Hudson. The Rockets kind of started out a little bit slow. Corso with 18 points on Thursday, including 5 triples.
Corso kind of had his coming-out game last year against Eau Claire Memorial. Remember, he had a couple of key three-pointers. That three-pointer is good. That's Danon Lull.
Good answer for the Spartans. He did. Remember, we kind of said that in that game against Eau Claire Memorial. This is a time where maybe Corso, see if he can get hot. He made us look good. He got hot and ended up beating the Old Abes on their way to a state championship. First state title for the Rockets since that 1978 unbeaten team led by Ron Einerson. Swanson, and is that going to be on Saniger? Nope. That's going to be instead on Eisel.
I do like Corso's pink shoes. Very nice. Really pop. Saniger again, deflecting that one out of bounds. Klesmet inbounding.
Couple triples to start this game. Corso for the Rockets, Eisel for the Spartans. Nice crowd here, particularly in front of us, Ricardo. Both fan bases traveled well. That's a haul for Superior.
It is. Should look up how far away that is. It's probably at least 3 hours, right? Maybe 2.5.
I'm thinking, no, it's got to be even more than 3.
Really?
I would think so. And look at that. Coulthard with a triple. And if you're Lee Rubus, the head coach of the Rockets, you love that.
Ooh, my phone almost went down to the ground, Brett.
You love those triples from Corso and Coulthard because guess who that will free up eventually? Cal Klesmet, the UW Green Bay recruit. Good Swanson taking on Saniger. Nice screen, though.
Look at that, Klesmet.
Yeah, getting in on there. Law's on a pretty good screen. Pass to Swanson, missed. A little bit hard off the glass, but good contest by the Spartans, racing down, getting there hands all over that defensively.
Brett, start calling you Rand McNally. You are right. 4 hours.
Thank you.
To Superior High School from here.
Never been there. Look at that move by Sandiger. Just couldn't finish. Offensive rebound. Doesn't fall, and we're going to get a foul on the Rockets.
They are on the moon. Let's just say it what it is, man. Superior way out there, Brett.
Have you ever been up there? I'd like
Never.
I'd like to get up there sometime and see Superior, Duluth area. I hear it's very beautiful up that way.
Do they have rides on the space shuttle? Because that might as well be taking that way up there.
Well, our former colleague Jen Zettel up
she
there.
does, doesn't
up
she?
at Superior, yeah.
Yes.
The Superior, is that the Superior Telegram?
Mm.
And 1 of 2 for Eisel. He's in the scorebook. We look at our Unison Credit Union and Cellcom scoreboard. 6-4 lead for the Rockets. Another 3. Coltart feeling it, rims out. Offensive rebound. And what are we going to have here?
Schloman was going for that ball, Brett. It stays with Neenah.
Yeah, right in front of our guy, Torque Mason. Nice inbounds. Ooh, kick out. Corso, he's going to let it fly again. He's feeling it. Got it. Way to find the hot shooter if you're the Rockets, Ricardo. That extra pass, right? He was wide open. Defense couldn't rotate quickly enough. And how about that? Brady Corso with 2 more triples. He's got 6 points. Sloppy with the ball, and the Rockets come up with it. Cal Klesmet to Coltart.
Brett, that's 3 early turnovers for Superior.
Swanson, he's going to kick it back out. Corso, ooh, a little shot fake. I thought he was going to let it fly. And now you have Sandiger.
Nice pass.
Yeah,
inside.
they're doing a good job against that zone. And Coltart now with a bucket and a timeout, 30-second timeout for the Spartans. As the Rocket fans in front of us standing and cheering on their favorite team.
Yeah, Corey Diedrich, Superior head coach. Not the start he wants. Down 11-4, 14:38 left here in the first half. Again, the winner moves on to Madison, Brett. Again, we know the other 3 participants if you want to rattle those teams off again.
Yeah, let me say it again as people are joining the stream here. 3 of the 4, of course, De Pere, the top-ranked team, undefeated Redbirds, had no problem with Marquette, beating them 57-29. So Redbirds at state. Arrowhead taking down Hamilton, 93-72, and Kettle Moraine, 63-53 victors over Franklin. So De Pere, Arrowhead, and Kettle Moraine already at state. Of course, the Rockets, Ricardo, trying to qualify for state for the 2nd straight season and the 3rd time in the last 5. I checked this out. A victory today would send the Rockets to state for the 29th time in program history. That is a state record. Interestingly, though, the school with the 2nd most state appearances right now, Superior, with 27. So 2 historic programs going at it.
That's going to be a foul.
Swanson, yeah. So Eisel going back to the line where he's 1 of 2 so far. Yeah, I looked at Rockets' 28 tournament appearances. That's a state record. Superior right behind with 27. You wouldn't think that, would you?
No. It's an interesting factoid that I wasn't aware of.
That is according to the WIAA website. They got a lot of good historical tidbits up there. And Eisel gets the shooter's bounce. 3 of 4 now for Eisel from the free throw line. He's got 3 of the Spartans' 6 points. Neenah in the sectional final, by the way, for the 4th time in the past 5 seasons. I'll tell you when the last time Superior qualified for state. It's been the only time in program history. I'm trying to see.
Neenah being very patient. 13:45 left on the clock. Good defense, though, I think, by Superior right now, Brett.
Yeah, good patience, though, by the Rockets. Trying to kind of probe a little bit, figure this out. I'm kind of watching Sandiger. And is it more of like a matchup zone? Is that what they're playing? I'm trying to kind of get a gauge as to what. There's Coltart who's feeling it. Got it!
Well, that's not going to last if Neenah is hitting those.
Coltart with 2 triples and 8 points already for Neenah, up 8. As we look at our Unison Credit Union and Cellcom scoreboard. And Sandiger was going up for it, but Swanson got his hand on it. Good matchup to watch there.
Great active Neenah defense, Brett.
Saniger trying to work his way, looking for the bucket. Good look. Offensive rebound, no good. Swanson with the board. Good move by Saniger. Just couldn't get it to fall. Klesmit going to let it fly from deep, strong, and a nice rebound by number 24, Calvin Anderson, the 6'5" freshman.
Yeah, 14 Neenah points, none by Klesmit, Brett. Saniger, no good. Rebound, fought for. Corso brings it down.
And that's going to be on Saniger. Yeah, Superior, Ricardo, looking to qualify for the state tournament for just the second time in program history, the first since 1974. Spartans won the Class A title that season, beating Milwaukee Lincoln. How about that for a historical program? 74-67 in overtime under Coach Don Olson. And then guess who won it in 1975? Ron
Neenah.
Einerson and the Neenah Rockets, Einerson's first title with Neenah.
You know, I don't have Neenah for a turnover, so they're doing a good job of, being efficient and not making a silly pass. And there's a
good
nice
feed
pass.
from Klesmit. Is that Schloman?
It is.
Schloman's first bucket and a 10-point lead for the Rockets. A nice little cut as Klesmit really was looking great against Hudson, too, being a facilitator. You think of him as a scorer, but he's an all-around player, and you can see why he's going to play at Division I at the next level.
Yeah, and attacking that zone underneath, Brett. Good pass inside from Klesmit.
Kind of watching that. They're going to get a carry.
That's
it's almost
four turnovers for Superior, Brett.
Again, I kind of trying to figure out that zone. It almost looks like they have one player always on Klesmit following him around. So is it more of a box and one possibility? Sometimes those zones and Junk's defense really kind of blends together. And of course, I thought he was going to let it go again. Good patience.
Well, if they're just following Klesmit, Brett, that's a recipe for disaster. We both know, and Rosie does too, Neenah is much more than Klesmit.
No, they passed him off there this time.
Okay.
So I was watching Eisel, though. It seemed like Eisel, the 6'2" freshman, was really trying to follow him closely. Now, Klesmit, I thought he was going to let it go from the corner. Nice look again inside. Coulthard with a tough finish. Or Schloman, check that, Schloman.
Yeah, Schloman having to do a little bit of the hand jive there to get that up over the defender, Brett.
12-point lead for the Rockets, and that's Coulthard. He'll pick up his second. Of course, Cal Klesmit going to Green Bay, unanimous first team All-Fox Valley Association this season. Brady Corso, second team All-FVA, while Elliott Swanson, honorable mention. Jackson Schloman, all defensive honors for the Rockets. Player of the year, of course, Jamaria Dalton from Fond du Lac, and Coach Ford, also at Fond du Lac, the conference champs, right? Neenah finishing fourth in the Fox Valley Association. We were talking about that too, Ricardo, on Thursday. Maybe not the elite FVA we've seen necessarily, right, as far as juggernaut, but deep. Still very deep. You had Kaukauna playing in Appleton North and Neenah on Thursday in a sectional semifinal. Very deep, very rugged, and nice shot by Saniger, his first bucket. Definitely battle-tested are the Rockets when you look at their schedule, some of the teams they've played.
(18-8) is your score. Rockets ahead. 10:16 left in the first half. Swanson and Superior still in that zone. Now near the 10-minute mark here in the first half.
Again, getting inside. How about Luke Young with the left hand? Just a sophomore. We talked about Luke Young on Thursday too, Ricardo. He opened the season at the JV level, brought up, maybe about a third of the way through the season. He's given Lee Rubbis some very good minutes. Big, strong body, 6'2" sophomore. He'll be fun to watch develop. The son of Steve Young, the football coach at
Younger
Neenah.
brother of Matt, I'm guessing.
Very athletic family are the Youngs.
Corso and Saniger.
Oh, nice spin. Ooh, beautiful. Good-looking player, Ricardo.
He is.
Getting in the paint, that spin move, looking a little bit like Giannis with that spin inside.
6'1" junior guard is Saniger from Superior.
So I had there's Corso. You can't leave him wide open.
No.
Wow. That's a big mistake by that defense for the Spartans. He was just wide open. Nobody closed out on him. That's 9 points for Corso, 3 3-pointers.
Brett, the zone not effective right now.
Yeah, I had a text, actually, somebody saying a triangle and 2, not a box and 1. A
Okay.
triangle 2 where they're tagging or following Klesmit and Corso around. That time, obviously, not following Klesmit at all, or Corso at all.
There's Young with that rebound.
Thought,
8:40, go ahead.
Thought it looked a little strange defense, right? Not your classic zone necessarily. Is Corso now going to kick it back out to Swanson? Oh, he's open again. Corso feeling it, got it. 4 triples for Brady Corso.
And he's getting the Neenah fans up, Brett.
I
He's
think,
excited.
yeah. We just met, what was it, Rosie, his uncle or a cousin or something from Florida. He's here for the game today. It was nice to meet him. 3-pointer, no good. Rebound offensively for the Spartans. Tucking away by Swanson, and here come the Rockets. Trying to build on the 16-point lead.
Nice.
Outlet pass to Young, and a timeout coming for the Spartans. All Neenah right now here at Wisconsin Rapids.
Brett, 28 points from the Rockets and none by Klesmit.
Isn't that something?
8:01 left here in the first half, and timeout by Superior. Brett, this is the kind of start Coach Rubbis, I mean, postseason, they just always seem to find their groove, don't they?
They do, but this is don't mess around, right? This is a hot Spartans team. Like I said, they beat 2 FVA teams to get here in the regional finals and in the sectional semifinals. So they're beating teams from this league, and Lee Rubbis has his team ready to go here. Hot start, hot shooting, and the Rockets up 18 with 8:01 to play here as we look at our Unison Credit Union Cellcom scoreboard. Also want to give a shout out to our season sponsor, Cellcom. Looking to make a switch from your current carrier? Choose Cellcom and get 6 months of service for free with a new smartphone line activation and flex agreement. Visit cellcom.com/save for more details. And how about Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear? Get your team, club, or business name out there with Cooney's. They customize products specifically to fit their customers' needs. Family owned for 20 years. They have the skills and experience to customize your apparel and spread the word about your organization. Delivery service is available. Contact them today at 920-731-0922 or send them an email at Cooney's, COONEYS 0922 at sbcglobal.net.
Brett, speaking of Cooney's, I met Stacy Gassner.
Yeah.
He was at Hortonville. He's the owner of Cooney's.
Right.
And we had a nice little chat. Good guy. Used to be the golf pro over at Reed Golf Course.
Yeah, actually, Dave Hauser, the AD at Spash, we were talking with him on Thursday. He said, "Oh, look at Saniger! Wow, explosive move to the rim. Picks up that ball high and a good finish off the glass." Hauser said he coached Stacy Gassner. He was noticing our Cooney's apparel. I said, "Where was that?" And he said at Hortonville for a year. I didn't know that Dave was a head coach at Hortonville, or maybe an assistant. I can't remember what he said, but Hauser, he's been everywhere. Nice feed again to Young, and the foul. Another assist for Klesmit. 6 points for Young. And Ricardo, that zone wide open underneath in the paint, and the Rockets are finding it.
He may not have scored a point, but you can see Klesmit there affecting the game, Brett, with his court vision. Beautiful passing inside. And Young, that's just an easy bucket, going to go for a conventional three-point play here.
And gaz it. So Young now with 7 points. Don't have to score. We saw that, remember, in the last Thursday in the sectional semifinal, as Saniger going to let it fly again off the glass, scramble for the loose ball, and it's going to be out of bounds. Superior will keep it. That game that we did, Notre Dame and FPL, where Notre Dame trounced the Foxes, Gracie Gresh didn't have a single point that night.
Right, yeah.
But she affected the game in other ways. Defensively, she was racking up the assists and rebounds. So, yeah, you don't always have to score, do you?
Notre Dame playing for that D2 title.
Going to take on Pewaukee again in a rematch. That should be a very great game. The only team to beat the Tritons this year. They're going to get travel on Saniger. He's like, what did I do?
Brett, I have 6 turnovers right now for Superior, none for Neenah. And I think I spy sitting over there their big guy from last year. Remember the stash?
Piter, is he here?
Yeah, JJ. I think pretty sure that's Piter over there.
Is he at lacrosse now? Again inside. Nice bounce pass to Swanson along the baseline. Kick out to Klesmit. And good job by the Superior Spartans to kind of close that out. There's Klesmit going to let it go. And there's another one. What do you do? What do you do if you're Superior right now? The Rockets doing a great job of sharing the ball, not being stagnant. It's not staying at one spot on the floor for very long. And Superior's heads are spinning right now defensively. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 3-point buckets already this half for Neenah.
And that was Klesmit, right?
That was Klesmit, his first bucket of the night. Tough shot and finish. That's number 24, Calvin Anderson, the freshman. His first points of the game. And a 20-point lead for Neenah with 6 minutes to go.
They just put a lot of pressure with their shooting from the outside. Do the Rockets, and once a team falls behind, another great pass inside. Young finishing. Well, it's one thing that Klesmit finds the guy underneath. It's another finishing, and Young's been doing a good job finishing.
Carter, are you supposed to get it inside that easily against the zone?
I don't think so.
No.
And that shows you the aptitude of Klesmit.
Yeah, so Superior kind of mixing things up there defensively within their zones, and that's going to be a turnover.
Yes.
Over and back, and that Neenah defense is really causing fits. And you can hear the Rockets fans in front of us cheering them on.
Yeah, Sanagar looks a little bewildered. That's just, it's tough. You're down 22 points, Brett, and now you maybe are, reaching a little bit. You're trying to be a little too perfect because you find yourself down by, more than 20 points.
Yeah, Superior, a member of the Lake Superior Conference. I'll check that again. I believe they're the only Wisconsin team in that league, so playing a lot of Minnesota schools. Skip pass to Swanson. He'll kick it back over to Coulthard. And again, though, you can see good ball movement. And a nice take. Baseline kick out again. Good rotation. Klesmit thought about it. This time it's going to be Swanson from the corner. Got it! The Rockets loving these rims here at Wisconsin Rapids Lincoln. The 8th 3-point bucket of the half. I can see Mike Elkin over there in front of the student section. And another timeout, a full timeout for the Spartans, Ricardo. Already 3 timeouts used by Superior this half.
And I'm seeing some of the Superior folks over there in the corner. They're shaking their head. What can you do?
What can you do? They're red hot, and it's not just one guy.
And you do the zone, so hopefully you can battle that stuff. But when they're making threes, Brad, you got to go to plan B now.
Or plan C.
Or D.
Yeah, that Lake Superior Conference, again, Superior part of it with Hermantown, Cloquet, am I saying there? Cloquet, Duluth, Denfeld, Grand Rapids, Hibbing, Proctor, and Duluth Marshall. Now check this out. I was looking this up too. So they play a mix of Wisconsin and Minnesota teams. The Spartans, according to my math, 6-8 against the Wisconsin teams, but 9-3 against teams from Minnesota. Very interesting league up there. As I said, the Rockets, of course, 4th place finishers in the FBA Fond du Lac. The champs at 14-4. Kimberly and Oshkosh North tying at 12-6, and then Neenah at 11-7.
So 4:41 left in the first half. 39-14 lead for Neenah. Everything going the Rockets' way, Brett.
Red hot. I wonder what their shooting percentage is. Again, 8 first half threes. And you can't overstate it enough, just that ball movement offensively right now. Well prepared to go against that Superior zone, that Superior defense. And I think we're going to get Swanson. He'll pick up his second. He's kind of he's looking around, looking a little bewildered there. And I think Swanson will check out as Young checks in for him. Good time of year, Ricardo. A lot of basketball. Been watching a lot of the state tournament on the girls' side last night. Of course, watching the college tournaments. Wow, how about that for a finish by Calvin Anderson and a chance for the three-point play.
Yeah, the Big Ten tournament ongoing right now.
Yeah, I was listening to the Purdue-Ohio State game. I know Purdue had a little bit of a run there late.
I think they won.
Did they? Okay. Anderson now with 5 points. I don't know what time that ACC championship is. Duke and Virginia. Was really looking forward to watching that as well. I don't know if I'll get home in time for that, but of course Selection Sunday coming up tomorrow. Tough take. No, they're going to say offensive foul on Cal Klesmet.
And that's officially the first turnover for Neenah, Brett. And Rubbis is a little heated after that one.
I was going to say Wisconsin fans will be sweating out to Selection Sunday, right? I don't know if the Badgers are going to make it.
No, they can't. Can they?
Cal Klesmet's brother Max, a member of the Badgers, of course. Very basketball family with Rowan on that girls team as well. The Rockets 26 victories, a school record. How about that bounce pass? Schloman can't get it to fall, but he'll go to the line.
Again, a nice pass from Klesmet again.
Yeah, been a great basketball season for Neenah, right, on boys and girls side. The Neenah girls winning the FVA championship.
Reaching sectional finals. That free throw didn't count?
No basket.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So Schloman knocks them both down. 41-17, that matches what I have.
Me too.
And Eisel couldn't finish that one, and the Rockets with it. A commanding lead here in the second. Boy, again, an outlet. Beating the defense down, jumper Corso, that's too close for him.
And that's a turnover for Superior. I have 8 for them.
Talked about this on Thursday too, but a number of you think about all the, of course, Ron Einerson and all those state tournament runs, but then Scott Anderson took that 2000 team to state. Chaz Pronczynski took a team to state. Scott Bork, and now Lee Rubbis. So all these coaches in succession really keeping that tradition alive. Another offensive rebound. Young chases it down. Second chance opportunity again, and the Rockets keep it. But what a basketball history for that Neenah boys program. Saw Scott Anderson on Thursday when we were doing a pre-check. He was coming in. He was leading a whole bunch of kids into the school. Said hello. It was nice to see him, of course. As Klesmet can't get it to bounce in.
Look
at
Young.
Young with another rebound. Corso from the wing. Got it. Nope. What are they going to say?
A foul?
Foul on Superior. And that's Hanniger's third, Ricardo.
He's visibly frustrated, and your team is down 34 points. Is that? No, 24 points.
Yeah, and he has to take a seat on the bench. But yeah, of course, Scott leading those great SPASH teams to 3 straight state championships, and Dave Hauser is on that bench. Sam and Joey Hauser on that team. Trevor Anderson. Sam now with the Celtics. You just talked to Sam not too long ago.
I did. Saw both Steph and Dave there.
Good people.
Very good people. Look at that nice inbound play.
Yep, Klesmet finding Schloman again, and Schloman.
And is that a turnover?
Are you kidding me? Oh, almost
Okay.
tipped away. 10 points now for Schloman. All Neenah here in this first half. Dominant performance, dominant shooting. Got to be shooting, 60, 70%? It's got to be.
This is the best I've seen them play, Brett.
Well, Superior had their attention, right? I mean, you get to this level and you're beating Fox Valley Association teams to get here. Again, there's an
nice
outlet.
pass.
Beautiful rainbow pass to Schloman from Klesmet. How many assists does Klesmet have?
That's at least 6.
I was going to say 5 or 6, yeah. Klesmet got a little smile on his face.
He does.
Good defense by Young. Going against Calvin Anderson.
He was on JV.
Young?
I feel like he should have been playing varsity all this time. Nothing against Coach Rubbis.
No, well, he earned his way up, didn't he?
Did.
And he's getting a lot of hard-earned minutes for sure.
Yes, the games we had done previously that I was a part of with you guys, he was not up. I don't believe he was up at that time. I know against the Wisconsin Lutheran he wasn't on the team.
But to finish that thought, again, you're beating Oshkosh, or you're beating Oshkosh West, you're beating Appleton North. Neenah's it's going to get Neenah's attention, right? When you're playing in the Lake Superior Conference, that certainly doesn't have the reputation of a Fox Valley Association, and they were ready to play. And that was almost a travel there.
Oh, was that double dribble there? Wasn't called, but that is
offensive foul. Young picked it up. Young drew it. And you can see that's number 35, Drew Eisel. He doesn't like it. Both teams now with 6 fouls apiece. 1:49 to go. And at this rate, you wouldn't think you'd say something about this in a sectional championship game. Second half, Ricardo, we could have running clock.
No.
See how this
that
one
would be incredible.
Out. We saw that against the Notre Dame and FBL last Thursday in a sectional semifinal. Again, Schloman with the feed from Klesmet. The lefty showing off his fastball, and that's a 30-point lead for Neenah. Blocked by Klesmet. Looked like that was 15. Kyle Johnson, the junior, looked like he had a clear path to the basket or clear look. Then Klesmet coming in and knocking it down. Now Klesmet, though, picks up his second. That's the 7th team foul, so bonus free throws coming for the Spartans. That's going to be number 12 at the line, Devin Ford, the 6-foot senior guard. So 1-1 coming up for Ford. Ford knocks it down. That's his first point of the game. Stay with us, folks. At halftime, we'll run down what Ricardo's got coming up. He's always busy with something. He can kind of fill us in on state. He covered that Hortonville Kettle Moraine game last night in the state semifinals. Tough loss for the Polar Bears, but still a fantastic season nonetheless. We've got all area teams coming up. Maybe a little bit of an update. Not much of an update, but can kind of fill you in on the Northeast Wisconsin High School Sports Award Show. Almost Young. Jumped up. Yeah, he finishes in contact. Good hesitation by Young.
How many points is that for
He's
Young?
got 11.
That wasn't another assist from Klesmet, was it? I don't think it was.
No. No, I think Klesmet has checked out.
Oh, that's right.
Let's see who picked up the foul there. It might have been 35, actually, as Young. 2 of 2 from the line. And a commanding 50-19 lead. Wasn't expecting this. Were you?
Well,
I mean, not saying that we didn't think Neenah had a good shot at winning this game, but to be this dominant in a sectional championship, 50-19, Ricardo.
They play at such a high level in the postseason. Neenah does. We've seen that time and time again under Rubbis.
You know,
maybe not 31 points, but the way they're playing hasn't surprised me, though.
You know what? I was talking to a fan about this before the game, too. He's coming up and talking to us, chatting a little bit, and you see the team develop. Well, now, we hadn't streamed a Neenah game in a few weeks at least when we saw them against Hudson on Thursday. I thought they looked noticeably crisper, cleaner, like they were making the climb, right? Peaking at the right time. And, yeah, now you're seeing it again. And we kind of talked about that, like you mentioned J.J. Piter being here. That was a classic case last year of a kid that just got better and better and better. And he was dominant when he got to the state tournament. Well, he's probably the tournament MVP, I think, is what he was picked by Wiz Sports, wasn't he? So you're seeing it now with these guys. These guys are stepping up and really sharing the ball well. A lot of trust with each other. And look at Young, again, another offensive rebound. Schloman, nope, that's going to be too late. I don't think they're going to count the basket, and that's how the first half comes to a close. The Rockets fans, a standing ovation, and rightfully so. That has to be their most dominant half of the season, without a doubt. So, halftime here at Wisconsin Rapids Lincoln High School. A quick look at our Unison Credit Union and Cellcom scoreboard. All Rockets showing Neenah up 50-19 over Superior in this Division I sectional championship game. We'll talk more about tonight's game and all that Ricardo has coming up, and maybe some of what we have coming up too after this short break. Wisconsin Rapids Lincoln High School. And again, as we look at our Unison Credit Union scoreboard, Cellcom scoreboard as well, the Rockets lead the man, leading the Spartans 50-19 here at the break. Again, shout out to Wisconsin. Unison Credit Union. Unison proudly provides the people and businesses of Northeast Wisconsin with exceptional banking services and trusted financial guidance delivered by friendly experts. Also Cellcom. Hey, you looking to make a switch from your current carrier? Choose Cellcom and get 6 months of service for free with a new smartphone line activation and flex agreement. Visit cellcom.com/save for more details. And Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. They have the skills and experience to customize your apparel and spread the word about your organization. Contact them today, 920-731-0922, or send them an email at Cooney's, COONEYS 0922 at SBCglobal.net. One more time, I got to do it, guys. Got to give a plug to our USA Today Sports Plus app. That's the new sports app that puts the fans first. Get the latest scores, stats, and standings, and enjoy interactive experiences with our award-winning sports writers. Download USA Today Sports Plus from the Apple or Google Play stores today. USA Today Sports Plus. Fan Harder, Ricardo, what is on your mind?
Well, I'm just looking at some of the for those of you who follow girls basketball, Kewaskum just won the state title, beating Milwaukee Academy of Science. Laconia earlier today won, beating Aquinas. So I should check to see if McDonald Catholic won the Division 5 game. But that's the updates from the girls tournament, Brett, going on over there at the Resch Center.
Ricardo, FVA fans will recognize one of the assistants on that Laconia staff, right?
Yeah, that was Lucky Words.
Yeah.
So happy for Lucky getting a championship. Assistant under Chris Morgan, one of his former players back in the day at Laconia.
Okay. He can't stay away from the game, can he?
He can't. No. And congratulations to McDonald Central, the Max beating Blair Taylor for that championship in D5. So right now Notre Dame, actually no, in a few hours, Notre Dame will be playing Pewaukee, and then Kettle Moraine and Brookfield East in the D1 game.
Probably missed a lot of that D2 game on the drive back, but definitely get a chance to watch the D1 game. That should be a good one. Kettle Moraine and
Brookfield East.
Brookfield East, yeah.
Brookfield
East with Mike Kelly's daughter, Mike Kelly, the former Badger who went to the Final Four in 2000 under Coach Dick Bennett.
And they played a good game and got past Germantown, a very good Germantown with KK Arnold in that semifinal yesterday. I covered the Hortonville Kettle Moraine semifinal. Hortonville started quick, led 20-8 at one point. There's a big 24-3 run by Kettle Moraine. That's a fine team. They lost so many players from last year, but they just reloaded. But they did return Grace Gorchelski and Braylon Torres, two all-state players.
Yeah, excellent players.
Both are going to go play in college. I think Gorchelski's going to West Virginia, Northern Michigan for Torres. And that was just a buzzsaw that that the Polar Bears kind of ran into. They had some foul trouble, too. I think Michaela Warner had to sit out most of the first half. But just a nice season for the Polar Bears. They'll be back, Brett, because they return a majority of that team. Remember, they were out Callie Pepler, who was injured earlier this season. Right. And you're guessing she'll be back, and then they'll have Rainey Wilson back. Wilson scored 28 points. But congratulations to Kettle Moraine. That is a fantastic team. That's going to be a great final, them and Brookfield East.
Yeah, that's looking for that. You figure it's going to be Hortonville and Neenah kind of battling on that girls' side again, right? We get another year of Allie Zabel.
You know who else that we're forgetting? Kaukauna.
Yeah, they're going to be very tough. I know they
lose Zarnicki, but Keenis is back and Savannah Robinson.
Right. They just had a hard time after Zarnicki went down with that knee injury to really regroup. Now they'll have an off season of she's graduating, so you kind of have this group now together, and Joe Russell will have that program ready to rock and roll come next November as well. But
hey, Brett, can you read off who advanced to state from the boys' side? I thought you had all that from our local teams.
I do from our USA Today Network Wisconsin team. So in Division I, of course, we mentioned De Pere taking down Marquette 57-29. In Division II, La Crosse Central beats New London, you said. I didn't get a score on that.
That was 48-44.
48-44. So, wow, what a run by the Bulldogs.
Mm-hmm.
And that's always a really tough La Crosse Central team year in and year out. Also in Division II, Nicolet beat West De Pere. That was 66-59. Great run by the Phantoms. In Division III, Brilliant going to state. They took down Xavier 77-73 and a heck of a battle at Oshkosh North. So congratulations to Coach Shimmick. And the Lions, Jeremy Lorenz and the crew, going to go down to the Kohl Center. Division IV, how about the Zephs? The Zephyrs, St. Mary Catholic taking down Auburndale. That was over at Appleton East. Kenosha St. Joseph also beating Kohler 77-68. And in Division V, Newman Catholic taking down Gibraltar 66-54. But how about the Gibraltar making some runs? Last year they got to state, and they almost did it again back-to-back. The little school in Fish Creek making some noise on the boys' basketball side.
And so that is a little school right over there in Fish Creek.
Yeah, it's right on the road there as you're going up through Fish Creek, heading up to Ephraim. Go up there a lot. Love going up to Door County. I also want to congratulate Allie Zabel, the standout Neenah girls basketball player, the Gatorade State Player of the Year. So how about that? Well-earned, well-deserved, the Fox Valley Association Player of the Year as well. Makes me wonder what the State Player of the Year is going to kind of end up being. I know KK Arnold is Miss Basketball, but that goes to seniors.
Seniors only. Now, they used to be where that wasn't the case. I remember Misty Bass winning 2 or 3 of those titles, but they made it senior only in the mid-2000s.
So, of course, Hank the Wild wanting to know, how does it happen at the tournament as far as seeding goes? Yeah, they get reseeded at the state tournament.
And
Ricardo.
It's the computers that do it.
So it'll be very interesting. You figured De Pere's got a lock at number 1. I was talking to one of our, John Yoke at Neenah, one of our contacts there, and he's probably thinking that Arrowhead probably going to get a 2. Then it's be a battle now between Neenah and Kettle Moraine, and who's going to get that 3 seed. And should be very interesting. Of course, I thought on the girls' side Notre Dame was a clear number 1, and they end up getting a 2 seed. I mean, with their strength of schedule and their record, I mean, I don't know how you give them a 2 seed.
And they're always saying how the head-to-heads don't count in these computer simulations, but Pewaukee beat Notre Dame. Is that what you're counting then as the head-to-head?
That's it then?
That must be the way. I will say Notre Dame lost that game without Trista Feta. She was not playing in that game. So I think that'll be the difference in tonight's matchup, Brett.
Feta, she's a bulldog. I tell you, she is hard-nosed as they come. So, yeah, so all the USA Today Network Wisconsin teams finishing up their sectional final game. So congratulations to De Pere, Brilliant, and St. Mary Catholic and Newman Catholic. And Neenah could make it 5 for USA Today Network Wisconsin going down to Madison. Ricardo, I know you will be down there next week.
I will, and we'll be busy. If we have a fair number of teams down there, and possibly 5. Is that what you counted? Across all divisions, too. So I was thinking maybe West De Pere might get past Nicolet to add another team there. The only division we won't have anybody in is D2, it looks like.
Right.
I love going to the Kohl Center. It's a fine send-off for the winter season, Brett.
Yeah. That reminds me, still working on our Northeast Wisconsin High School Sports Awards show. That's going to be taking place, I believe, in May at the Lambeau Field Atrium. That's about all I can say right now, but we are definitely preparing for another high school sports awards show where we honor the state's or our group's top athletes, coaches, and teams. Looking forward to that, Ricardo. We'll have guest information, like our speaker will be, all that good stuff, so definitely keep an eye on that. And with both teams back on the floor, I want to run down the first half scoring for the Rockets. Schloman with 10, Coltart 10, Klesmet 3, but about like 8 assists, I think, Corso 12, Swanson 3, Young with 12. So 4 players in double figures for the Rockets. For the Superior Spartans, Lull with 3, Saniger with 6. He has 3 fouls, by the way. Ford with 2, Anderson with 5, Isel with 3.
By the way, at the girls' state tournament, also covered Waupun. They lost to Milwaukee Academy of Science. Congratulations to the Waupun Warriors, and they'll have a majority of that team back, too. That's another team that is very young at key positions.
Second half underway here at Wisconsin Rapids Lincoln High School. All Neenah in that first half. The Rockets open with the basketball. Ricardo, if you're Lee Rubbas, the message is simple, right? Don't let up. You have a commanding lead. You're up, 31 points? Get that running clock going. And let's end this thing fast.
What does the point total got to be?
40 points, I believe, in the second half. So
Okay.
Get it if you can and get that clock running, get it back on the bus, and celebrate a sectional championship game or a victory. And if you're Superior, what does Corey Dietrich tell these guys?
Well,
just let's close out these last 18 minutes on a good note as Klesmit, another offensive rebound for the Rockets. So Schloman, a little turnaround inside, gets the friendly bounce. And Schloman now with 12. I think you just say, hey, we're gonna try to play our best 18 minutes right here, take it to the off season, and feel good about ourselves.
well,
But
definitely don't allow them to get that running clock.
yeah, a little pride maybe as Isel. He almost gets the friendly bounce, but Klesmit with the rebound. And quickly out. Coltart, little mid-range jumper. Good rebound. It's number 21, Carter Lambert, the senior guard. Saniger just lost the handle there. And again, here comes Coltart and swatted away. Good block by the 6'5 freshman Calvin Anderson.
Yeah, and Coltart was like, hey, how about a foul there, my friend?
Got a few more game notes to get through. Talked about this on Thursday, but I updated it. Ricardo, the past 5 seasons, Neenah's record 111-24. How about that?
Is that good? I think that's pretty
Oh,
good.
you tell me.
I think it is. What winning percentage is that? Come on, Brett. Show off that UW Stevens point max.
I've got it, actually. That is an 822 winning percentage. FVA record over that span. How about this? 73-17 for an 811 winning percentage. Of course, Rockets FVA champs the last 2 seasons at 17-1 records, winning or sharing the title. And Coltart good on the pair. He's got 12. And fix my scoreboard here. A nice bucket. Who was that?
Number 3.
So Lull, he's got 5 now. Seems like it's been a while since Superior scored. Kick out. That's Coltart, and got it.
Can't leave them open like that.
Not the way these guys are shooting. 4 more points, and it's a 40-point lead.
Once they hit 40, they got to stay above 40. Is that how it goes?
I think it's running clock then no matter what, but I could be wrong on the rules. It's not often you see that.
No.
Tough take and finished by Saniger, though, as he's fouled, and he'll go to the line. Swanson picks up his 3rd foul. Looks like he'll take a seat for a bit. And Saniger now with 8 points. 8 of the 23 points for the Spartans. And with the miss. And look at that, a triple at the top. That's number 24, Calvin Anderson.
That lead down to 31.
That's the thing,
out.
too. And I guarantee it, if Superior hits a couple more shots, Lee Rubb is going to take a timeout. He was going to probably light into his team a little bit, right, and say, let's not let up.
Keep that pedal down.
Keep the intensity high. Keep playing high-quality basketball. Take these last 18 minutes into state on a good note. Nice bounce back, just waiting. Good take, and was that Schloman?
30-second timeout.
Carter, that was Schloman, right?
Yes.
Yes. 30-second timeout.
He's having a nice game. What's his point total up to?
Schloman's got 14. Hey, folks, we have a great deal right now on a digital subscription, 3 months for $1. You get unlimited digital access. Please subscribe right now, postcrescent.com/subscribe. Also, this is our final Varsity Game of the Week live stream of the school year. So we'll kick it all off again in August for another football season. I can tell you, folks, the plan is for us to showcase and show off Neenah's new school and facility in week 1 as the Rockets host the Pier. We're already locked in for that. We're looking forward to that back in coming up in August. But I'll announce all of our matchups again throughout the football season on my Twitter account. So go to PC Brett C and give me a follow. And you can access our previous Game of the Week live streams on our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites. Just go to the sports section and scroll down until you see the Watch Our Varsity Game of the Week Prep live streams link. Last one, we did 34 games, Ricardo, between football and basketball.
We earned our keep, I think.
Then you throw in those 19 clubhouse lives, all the varsity roundtables. We didn't talk about roundtable. Nice. Saniger couldn't convert, but Law was there for the putback.
Yeah, we had Hortonville girls basketball on last week.
There's Klesmith, short.
And if the Notre Dame girls win, we may have them on this week, Brett.
Championship edition.
Yep.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Again, what's that, Wednesday, every Wednesday at 7 o'clock, right?
Right, and I guess I could actually ask Laconia as well. That's a bit of a haul for them, though.
A haul, yeah. Every Wednesday, 7 o'clock, postcrescent.com, facebook.com/
He is
postcrescent. Boy.
He's having a great game just distributing is Klesmith.
Charlie Wunderlich with the basket. Klesmith's got to have 10 assists by now, but Wunderlich, a 6'1 junior guard. Varsity Roundtable, the live weekly look at the Fox Valley prep sports scene. 15-footer, no good by Calvin Anderson. And here comes Coltard with the board. Going to kick it out. Oh, you got to close out on Corso. Little off target there.
Playoff Brady is what I call Corso.
Yeah. That was a fun show on Wednesday with Hortonville once we were able to get it going after the fire alarm went off in the building. Had to evacuate the building, and thanks to the Appleton Fire Department for checking it out, making sure we were all good. And Coltart left hand, no block by Saniger. How about that? There's a lefty three from the wing. It rolls in. That's Devin Ford. And you can hear the Spartan fans.
Do you believe in miracles?
No.
Okay. Look at that. Another great pass from Klesmith, Brett.
Who's that with the finish?
That was Schloman.
Schloman again?
Mm-hmm.
How many of Schloman's baskets coming off assists?
At least half. At least.
I've got Schloman now with 16 points. Ooh, strong move by Drew Eisel, the 6'2 freshman, but he's fouled and he'll go to the line.
And for Klesmith, how many points does he have? We know he has to have 10 assists.
I can tell you here, that's Coltard, by the way, picking up his third. Klesmith just with the triple, the one 3-point basket in the first half. I always said, though, right, assists are as good as buckets.
They are.
It's pretty much the same as a bucket in my book. Hank DeWild wondering, has De Pere shown any signs of weakness that would lead us to believe that maybe somebody could beat them?
No.
Not really, no. They're tearing people apart. However, Ricardo,
you never know.
They're high school kids, right?
Yeah,
anything could happen, especially when you get to the state tournament where there's going to be a bunch of really good teams there.
And this will be their first time there.
Right.
I agree, Brett. You never know what's going to happen. A bad shoot night, that could happen.
Anything, a rolled ankle or something, but but all of a sudden the jitters, a team comes out a little bit icy, and it's a tight game, and they're high school kids. These aren't professional athletes, so anything could happen. And, there's another bucket by Eisel. You could hear one of the fans yelling, Drew, from the Spartans.
He's a 6'2 freshman.
Yeah, he's a good-looking player, isn't he? Nice bounce pass. Going to kick out. Colton, nice job swinging the ball. Swanson, he'll take his time, and the Rockets will reset. Not forcing the shot. As Klesmet now, and they're swinging it around again. Klesmet has it at the wing, looking for that curl cut. Coltart, nope, but there's Luke Young with the offensive rebound and the putback. Young now with 14 points. Good action, Ricardo, on the half-court offense there.
Oh, he kept that in.
I didn't think that was going to stay in, but that was a good job. That's number 15, Kyle Johnson, a junior guard.
Foul on Klesmet.
Yeah,
10:57 left in the second.
That'll be Klesmet's third. Lee Rubus, the head coach, 8th season now with the Rockets, third in program history with 151 wins. Of course, I said this the other day, Ole Jorgensen with 509, the leader. Ryan Einerson next with 423. 151 and 56 for Lee Rubus. And this looking to be his third trip to the state tournament, third in the last 5 seasons. I think that jump tie up a possession arrow pointing to the Spartans. What is going on over here? Getting a little cranky in that Superior side.
Yeah. And a good answer back from the Neenah crowd, or Neenah student section.
Somebody from the Superior side, right when the gym got quiet, really screeched something, and I didn't catch what she said. But
I think screeched is the right adjective in that way.
Boy, Sandiger, Ricardo, he's coming back for another season. And a timeout.
So is Izo. They have a couple other kids. Is Anderson's also a freshman. Brett, 6'5" freshman.
Yeah, you're going to hear from these guys, aren't you?
Yeah, Lull and Lambert are the lone seniors, so that's a pretty good team they got going over there.
Full timeout, yeah. They're going to make some noise again next season. Corey Dietrich, the Superior coach, you can kind of see him right there on that wide shot. Second season guiding the Spartans, the Superior squad. Remember this, nearly upset Appleton East last season in a regional final at Appleton East. Patriots finally downing the Spartans 64-60. I remember watching that game. Dietrich, he was a prep standout at Esco High School in Esco, Minnesota, where he won a Class AA state championship in 2014, so doing some very good things. I was told his mother is the women's volleyball coach at UW Superior.
Okay.
So, yeah, with some young talent, don't be surprised if the Spartans make another run. They're making the life a little difficult for these FVA teams, you know, again with those 2 wins against Oshkosh North and Appleton North, almost beating Appleton East last year. And but not so much today. The Rockets right now in complete command with 10:33 remaining, 65-36 lead as we look at our Unison Credit Union and Cellcom scoreboard.
So Superior, UW Superior still around. Is it UW Stout that folded?
No, Superior, I don't think, do they have a football program anymore? They're not really.
Stout's still there though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe that's what it was, one of the programs folded, the sports programs.
Oh, nice acrobatic. Look at Young with another offensive rebound. Klesmet, oh, nice no-look pass to Young, and he's fouled. Another assist for Klesmet and a three-point opportunity coming for Young.
Klesmet's just like smiling, shaking his head. It's like, you know, him and Young are good buddies now, huh?
And Young gets the bounce. How about Young? 3 of 3 from the line, and he's got 17 points. And how many rebounds for Young? Whole bunch.
I'll count them up here.
Got to be close to a double-double now by now, I would think. And
7?
7, okay. Saniger, whoa, beautiful. I like this kid. Nice-looking player. Yeah, if you're Coach Dietrich, you like the fact you got a lot of this young talent coming back. You think they're going to do well in the Lake Superior Conference. See if you can maybe load up that non-conference schedule a little bit as well, playing some of those teams maybe from the big rivers like you see them play, Eau Claire Memorial and Hudson. Actually, both.
Look at
another bullet pass. This is to number 4, Nolan Juckum.
Well, he's just picking apart those cracks in the defense.
Well, they're big cracks, though.
Saniger, the deep
Ooh.
three.
16 now for Saniger.
That lead down to 28. Another.
Yeah, I think he's enjoying racking up these assists. Number 15, Kyle Johnson.
Might have to ask our man Yoke down there how many assists Klesmet finished with. That's a
Left
bucket,
hand using, of course, his strong hand, twisting in the air, and that's 5 points now for Klesmet, but Klesmet's got to have 10 assists. And a deep three by Saniger again. He's feeling it. And Young, I think, will get called for the foul. Second foul for Young. Yeah. Other than Oshkosh West and Appleton North, the other common opponent these two teams was Hudson. Of course, Neenah beating Hudson on Thursday, as I mentioned, in that sectional final game. Saniger, he's caking off, and that's, I can't believe he didn't finish it. Young with the rebound. Saniger can't believe it either. Outlet pass this time behind the back. Klesmet to Juckham, can't get it to fall.
Klesmet with the behind-the-back pass.
Juckham with the foul. Yeah, Hudson, as I mentioned, of course, 69-56 for the Rockets over the Raiders on Thursday in that sectional semifinal, but Superior fell to Hudson 64-51 at Hudson on December 6th. So the only other common opponent.
Neenah still playing hard on defense, Brett.
Ooh, nice look there by Saniger to Danon Lull. Again, another no look off the glass using the baseline. That's Justin Jansen now getting a bucket. I think Klesmet's having a ball just with these assists, isn't he? And Juckham with the loose ball, rebound, and how many more does Klesmet want? There's another look, a no look, do a little razzle dazzle. Young after the miss, and another bucket for Young. And right now, Ricardo Klesmet putting on a show. He's looking a little bit like Pistol Pete Maravich out there.
Yeah, and there's a 7:34 still left in the second half, Brett. I'm looking over at J.J. Piter. He's having a good laugh over there, watching his former teammate. Yeah, Rosie, you got it on Piter over there.
There he is. They got no more stash.
No more stash.
There's Eli Schmidt next to him and Matt Young right there.
Okay, yeah.
They're all having a good time. Young with this first miss from the stripe. We got Young for 19 points, Ricardo. Deep three. Rims. Oh, it rims in for Calvin Anderson. His second three. He's got 11 points. Yeah, J.J. Piter, the stash. Kind of kept it for that state championship run, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
He picked the wrong school to go to. Should have gone to Point, though.
Give it up.
Talk to him about that.
.702 left in the second half. 76-47 lead for the Rockets. Klesmet still under 10 points, huh?
Klesmet with now 6 after that free throw. There's JJ again and the guys. We got their JJ wearing a state champs t-shirt.
He had one of the more memorable playoff runs, I'll tell you that. That
he was dominant.
He wowed a lot of the media members too. I remember because I was helping pick that all-state team, Brett.
You know, this 30-point lead, essentially a foregone conclusion here with under 7 minutes to play. How good does this have to feel for Cal Klesmet, though, right? Another triple for the Spartans. Carter Lambert missed all of last year with that ACL injury that he suffered in the summer going into the season, right?
Right.
And couldn't play, obviously, but it's got to feel good to be out here. Now he's going to get a trip to state, gets to play in a state tournament game down in Madison on Friday. Saniger, tough take. Superior playing much better here in the second half. And another three-pointer. Devin Ford, his second three of the half. Seven threes this half, Ricardo, for the Spartans.
Tell you what, Neenah is their last few possessions, they're missing some buckets here. I mean, that lead's down to 24.
And a timeout for Lee Rubbis. That was a good timeout.
Yeah.
It's going to be a full timeout. Kind of get everybody regrouped, refocused. But how about the Spartans doing kind of what you said, right? Playing a good 18 minutes to close out the season with 7 threes in that second half. Remember, they only had 19 points in the first half.
Definitely what you want to see if you're Superior.
Again, don't forget about that digital subscription deal, 3 months for $1. You can get in on that. Go to postcrescent.com/subscribe. Full access on your desktop, tablet, and mobile devices every day. Exclusive subscriber newsletters. The e-edition is part of that. Full access to national reporting with the USA Today Sports Plus app. Also goes a long way into helping us do these live streams. Again, postcrescent.com/subscribe. And again, thanks to everybody who has checked us out all season long, football and boys and girls basketball. We did 15 football games, 19 boys and girls basketball games, 34 game streams. We did 19 Clubhouse live streams. We appreciate you guys supporting our Packers show. We'll be kicking that off again in August, September range. Already starting to plan on that. And if it goes as it sounds like it's going, we could have some pretty nice co-hosts this coming season when it comes to the Green Bay Packers. The new look, potentially, Green Bay Packers, Ricardo.
That's
it
true.
Sounds like Aaron Rodgers might be going off to the Jets, as Mark Murphy making some news at the State Girls Basketball Tournament of all places.
I know. I don't think anyone had that on their bingo card.
I watched that live, and I was kind of like, okay, interesting what he's saying here. As a nice job by the Rockets to break that defense, and Schloman with another bucket. Kind of Mark Murphy talking about Aaron Rodgers in the past tense, right? And almost all but suggesting that a deal is forthcoming to send Aaron Rodgers to the Jets. So the Jordan Love era presumably about to begin in Titletown. We'll see how it all plays out.
Yeah, and he wasn't just talking to them. He was talking to Adriana Torres. I actually was
WBAY
Channel 2.
I
was commending her. I'm like for getting that interview.
Yeah, that's Coltart with a bucket inside. So
he was being very talkative for some reason yesterday.
Maybe too much so, I don't know. But he is the president of the Packers. He can do whatever the heck he wants. There's a deep three by the lefty, splashing it through Devin Ford. His third triple of the half. He's got 11 points, and quickly is Schloman. And now suddenly it's run and gun.
You know, Neenah has an outside shot of reaching 3 digits, Brett.
Rosie, we have room for that?
We do, okay.
We're anticipating a 100-point game here today? I don't know.
They did have 50 at halftime.
Oh, wow. Saniger, I thought maybe it'd bounce off the glass. But, yeah, Clubhouse Live is going to be a lot of fun. Could be a new-look Packers team, so that should be interesting. But that's every Monday during the Packers season at the Clubhouse Kitchen and Bar inside the Hilton Appleton Paper Valley Hotel. Again, another assist. Schloman, the beneficiary of many of these Cal Klesmit assists tonight. I have Schloman with 22 points, 12 this half. Now Brady Corso, he's the one who kind of got it going. The reverse with that left hand. He's the lefty. He's got 14. Remember, he had 12 in the first half.
Playoff Brady.
Deep three. Good. Wow. Calvin Anderson. Some deep triples for the Spartans here in the final timeout now for Superior.
Not much of a competitive game, but there's a lot of scoring, so fans are happy. It's like watching the Harlem Globetrotters out here.
To count total threes. 9 for the Rockets.
Superior has to have a punch now.
10 for Superior, so 19 total threes in this game. And Superior with 9 this half. conversely, the Rockets with just the one by Coulthard earlier in this half. But yeah, you had Corso with 4 triples in the first half. Coulthard had a couple. Swanson had one. Yeah, so 7 first half threes make it 8 threes as I recount. Trying to learn how to count again. So 18 threes between the two teams. One thing that's missing with our live stream team, we need somebody like a stat person, right? As Corso uncontested and in.
I agree. Can we put that in the budget, Brett?
No, we can't. Back up to a 30-point lead. Credit to Spartans for playing good basketball here the second half, though, right? If you're Corey Dietrich, you got to be real proud of you guys for sticking with it and competing. And the Rockets fans on their feet as Lee Rubbus getting some subs in for these final 3 minutes.
Turnover goes to the Rockets.
Again, thanks to Wisconsin Rapids, Lincoln, Ricardo. They did a nice job hosting the sectional championship game. Really had everything squared away. Thanks to Chris Fight and his crew. Very, very well done. And always fun to kind of check out some of these other gyms. We were at Everest last year at this round watching the Rockets beat the Old Abe's, and that's number 13, Josh Armstrong.
Guess what?
An assist from Klesmet.
Yep.
That must be about 40 assists tonight. And then Spash on Thursday, now Rapids today, and 3-point opportunity, no good there for Lull, and there's Saniger with the bucket. .30-point lead again, so Neenah about to join the other 3 teams in that Division I field. We have De Pere, Arrowhead, Kettle Moraine, and now the Rockets. That'll complete the Division I tournament field. It'll be interesting to see how the seeding goes. You know De Pere's going to get the 1.
I'll tell you what, I don't, Neenah might have the most modest record of the 4. I don't think they're a 4 seed. Now I'm looking at them.
I think they're a dangerous team.
Yeah, they're playing very well. Anytime you have guards who can shoot and can shoot well from the outside, Brett, you have a shot.
You know what? It could be an interesting matchup. Now Will Hornseth, he's 6'8", right? For De Pere, he's a excellent big. But could you, assuming that De Pere and Neenah were to play at some point, could you put a Luke Young on him and kind of body him up, use that strength? That's a tall task, obviously, to try to go against Hornseth. But
Piter doesn't have the mustache anymore. Why don't you have him come back? People might not recognize him.
I was kind of joking with one of the Neenah guys. These guys have a COVID year left. Can they quickly suit up and play? Final 2 minutes here of this sectional championship game and of our varsity game of the week live streams. It's been fun. So much talent in Northeast Wisconsin and our USA Today Network Wisconsin markets. Very lucky, Ricardo, to see all these great athletes and teams and coaches. One of the best high school areas in the state, bar none. There's a little hot potato with that ball, moving around like a pinball. And it will stay with the Rockets. And looks like Trayshawn Saniger is going to check out. Boy, he's a good-looking player, and a name to remember and a player to kind of keep your eyes on next season. He's going to be fun. And there's a basket by Kyle Johnson, and a 3-point opportunity coming up for him. Number 20, Ethan Van Dyke, picking up the foul there. Getting a bunch of guys on the floor in this sectional championship game is Lee Rubbus. So state trip number 28 coming up for the Neenah boys. And always fun too, Ricardo, from a state level perspective to have the defending champs back, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think this Neenah team has really shown great strides in what they've done. And
I agree.
It's remarkable, Brett.
Be a very dangerous team, especially if they keep sharing the ball like they have been and shoot as hot as they've been. 3 off the back rim and let's see what the foul was there. Sixth team foul against Superior. To the left, a spin move. That was number 15, Nathan Shraven, this junior, just couldn't get it to convert. Final 40 seconds in this one, and we'll watch the Rockets receive that sectional championship plaque knocked away. I think that was number 20, Van Dyke, getting his hands on it, and instead Superior another trip to the free throw line. That's going to be number 13, Aaron Moan.
Yeah, foul on number 21 for Neenah, Connor Briones. That sounds like some sort of warrior back in the day. Briones. Hey, bank that one in. You got to call a bank on that.
Nah, anything counts as long as it goes through. What's the game plan? Are you going to go down and get some quotes?
Yeah, I will, and hopefully talk to them at length because I'll have to do a preview story on them as well.
Only way you can get that, Ricardo, right, is to be a subscriber.
Yeah, and postcrescent.com, please do. I also have my state tournament predictions coming up. I'll be putting that out midweek, previewing that state boys tournament. I'm sure I'll have to talk to these Neenah folks, and then maybe also, we have Brilliant and St. Mary Catholic, Brett.
There's Van Dyke with a bucket. Yeah, and you can only get that if you're a subscriber. Subscriber-only content, so it costs $1 for 3 months. Fans on their feet. There's the buzzer, and this one is done. How about the Neenah Rockets? 93-65, dominant victory over Superior. They are the sectional champions. They are going to next week's state tournament. And that should be a fun Division I field for sure. Again, give Ricardo a follow at Ricardo DeLeon, D-E-L-I-A-N. I'm at PC Brettsy. And don't forget about our guy Jim Rosandick, Rosie at Metal Rosie, M-E-T-A-L-R-O-S-I-E. Now, before you take off, I want you to give me your thoughts on the game on both sides, particularly Neenah.
Yeah, let's just talk Superior. First off, they have some good young players. And my young players, I mean real young. I'm talking freshmen. They had 2 freshmen starting in their lineup, Brett. A good nucleus from the start back. They do return their top kid, the really good-looking guard, Trayshawn Saniger. They'll be fine. It's just too bad they play over on the moon. We don't really get to see them too often until the playoffs. But when you're talking about Neenah, Brett, I think this speaks volumes on the coaching staff of Coach Rubbus. We felt he was the top coach last year. I think he was kind of unfortunate where he did not get the AP Coach of the Year. He should have won it. But I think he did just as good of a job this year with this team, Brett.
Yes.
In terms of traversing the FBA and then the postseason. You're seeing them play at their top level. That's what you want. That's a sign of a good coaching staff, Brett. This is a very confident team. They have a lot of good guards. If they get hot, Brett, look out. Don't look past the defending champs.
They are heating up. There's no doubt about it. This is, again, a team I'm not sure I'd want to face regardless of who I am. And let's just say I mentioned that Superior had Neenah's attention. The state field, the Rockets have their attention right now.
And look, let's not crown DePere just yet, right? they're definitely the favorite team there, Brett. But if Neenah can play like they played tonight, they're going to give anyone down there a run for the money. Who are the other teams? Homestead, I want to say, and I forgot the third team.
No, it's Arrowhead, Kettle Moraine,
Arrowhead, and Kettle Moraine. Yeah, and the way they play tonight, this isn't a 4 seed. To me, they're a 3 seed. And
I think they should be a 3.
Yeah,
I do.
So they won't have to play the De Pere monster, hopefully right away. But who knows what that computer does?
Well, you never know. But from a selfish standpoint, how fun would that be if somehow, some way, you get a De Pere Neenah all FE8 Division I state final?
Would we be able to get you down there for that, Brett?
Well,
no, that's a no.
No, I'll come if you guys need me, but I'm not sure you guys need me anymore. So I'm just gonna go in my become a hermit for the next few months.
There you go.
No, we got Sports Awards show stuff to get ready. I got a story that I'm hoping to get done this week in time for state tournament basketball. Unfortunately, I got a dentist appointment on Monday where they got to do something with one of my old fillings. I'm not looking forward to that.
I was gonna say they gotta make you some new veneers.
They got to take out my old fillings from I got for like 30 years ago and replace them with new fillings. I'm not looking forward to that.
But yeah, hey,
everybody tells me it's no big deal, but I'm a big baby when it comes to that stuff.
Great live stream season, huh?
How about that? 34 streams.
And I'm glad I was able to come here and finish it with you guys.
Yeah, well, we were too. And you think about all those 34 games and Clubhouse. We had like 2 or 3 hiccups along the entire, and one of them was not our fault because the other backup unit, the power supply unit, went out. We have no control over when that's gonna happen. So thankfully,
and one of them we were able to rebound because of the fire alarm that went off last week.
Right. So I don't really count that as a hiccup, but yeah, just kind of thinking about. Good thing we have this backup machine here that was able to get us through the rest of the way, but. When you're using computers and technology, you don't know when a part's going to wear out until you're in the middle of a project or in the middle of something. But appreciate everybody checking us out this season. And, gosh, we've been doing this for so long now. But we really do appreciate your support and your kind words and you watching. So thank you so much for that. We love doing this, and we'll do it again in August. I said week 1. I already got the week 1 game down. De Pere at Neenah. We're going to showcase that new Neenah High School, that new Neenah facility. Week 2. Bayport's going to be at Kimberly. We've got that one locked up as well. So I got the first 2 weeks going.
Yeah, Brett, you're on your toes, buddy.
I have to be. There's Lee Rubbas, the head coach of the Neenah Rockets. They're going to actually, I think, introduce all of the players.
They will do that. So I'm going to get ready to head down there, Brett. So congratulations again on a great live stream season.
Yeah.
Let's do this again. In the fall.
Let's do it. Absolutely. Why not? We love doing it. Let me run down the scoring for both sides. For Superior, Lull with 9, Saniger with 18, 12 in the second half. Ford with 11, 9 in the second half. Mullen with 1, Johnson with 3, Lambert with 3, Anderson with 14, 9 in the second half, and Eisel with 6. For the Rockets, Schloman with a game-high 22 points. 12 coming in the second half. Coltart was 17. Juckham with 2. Klesmet with 6. But we think Klesmet had to have about 12, 14 assists. I mean, it was nonstop, maybe even more. Corso with 16, including 12 in the first half on 4 triples. Armstrong with 2. Van Dyke with 2. Jansen with 2. Wunderlich with 2. Swanson with 3. Young, he had a big game, 19 points and a whole bunch of rebounds. With the victory, the state-bound Neenah boys basketball team improves to 18-10 on the season. Winners of now 4 in a row and 5 of their last 6. They will advance to next week's WIAA state tournament at the Kohl Center in Madison. Division I semifinals will be played Friday beginning at 6:35 p.m. And the Division I state championship game is scheduled to tip off next Saturday night. Again, Neenah joining a Division I field that includes De Pere, Arrowhead, and Kettle Moraine. We'll find out how the computer seeds those 4 squads. Should be very interesting. And like Ricardo said, De Pere, the consensus number 1 seed. Some folks think Arrowhead will get that too. As you see Lee Rubbas with the championship sectional plaque, and student section out on the floor celebrating with the Rockets as they're heading to state for the 2nd straight season, the 3rd time in the last 5 seasons, and a school state record, I should say, 28th trip to the state tournament overall. But possible maybe the Rockets have said, hey, we need that 3 seed, playing good basketball right now on a very rigorous schedule as well. So we'll see how it all plays out. As for Superior, congratulations to the Spartans on a very good second half of basketball and a season as well. Superior finishing at 15-12 on the season. Again, our final Varsity Game of the Week live stream of the school year. We'll do it again in August for another football season, as I mentioned previously. And again, you can access our previous Game of the Week live streams on our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites. Just go to the sports section and scroll down until you see the Watch Our Varsity Game of the Week Prep live streams link. And a big thank you again all season long. First, our playoff sponsors, Unison Credit Union, that is. Unison proudly provides the people and businesses of Northeast Wisconsin with exceptional banking services and trusted financial guidance delivered by friendly experts. And our season-long sponsors, first Cellcom, thank you to them as well. Looking to make a switch from your current carrier? Choose Cellcom and get 6 months of service for free with a new smartphone line activation and flex agreement. Visit cellcom.com/save for more details. And Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. They have the skills and experience to customize your apparel and spread the word about your organization. Contact them today at 920-731-0922 or send them an email at Cooney's, COONEYS 0922 at sbcglobal.net. Again, thanks everybody for your support, watching us all season long throughout football and boys and girls basketball. It was a blast. I know Rosie enjoyed it as well. We'll take a little bit of a breather and we'll start it up all over again in August. But until then, for Ricardo, for Rosie, and our crew with USA Today Network Wisconsin, this is Brett Christopherson signing off for the final time this season from Wisconsin Rapids Lincoln High School, site of today's WIAA Division I sectional championship game. Once again, the final score, Neenah 93, Superior 65. Thanks for watching, everybody.